Aloha everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli. I am an intuitive soul alignment mindset coach here, and I wanted to give a little bit some intuitive type of tips that may help you in your business. So Heather actually invited me just to give a talk to all of you, and I'm so grateful that she has given me that time to just share my knowledge, to share amazing stuff with you guys. So if you're just listening, and just say hello, just so I know that you're there, and that if you have any questions along the way, totally just put it down in the comments. So today's topic, I wanted to actually talk about how to use your superpower to actually catapult you in your business. So many of you may not have known me or heard of me before, but I'm basically an intuitive soul alignment mindset coach. So I help coaches, entrepreneurs, speakers, teachers, authors, leaders who really want to have it all. And they are really looking for the tools and teachings to help them to manifest whatever they desire in record time. So I basically take my clients and take whatever they desire and teach them all of these different tools, which specifically to help superpower their mindset so that they can get to where they are now to get to where they want to go. So I've helped many amazing, you maybe even heard of some amazing leaders or teachers learning from me, and they have gone on to like making 20K to 40K months to, I've even helped like people lose weight just out of the blue because they were just utilizing, getting in alignment to who they are at soul level. And whatever was not allowing them to move forward by actually taking steps towards their superpower, they made more money, they've released their panic attacks, they've, make big money to being on big media, PR, like Huffington Post and Mind Body Green. So I really help my clients to get to, where they are lacking, right? To get to where they want to go in record time. So that's my expertise. I kind of like teach you how to use your superpower to get to where you want to go. So this is why I wanted to talk about this topic, because it's not widely talked about from this perspective. So usually most people don't know this, but more than 90%, I think, of the population are experiencing symptoms of misalignment to their superpower, and they don't even know it. So the four major symptoms that usually happens when you're not in alignment to who you are at soul level, and specifically when I mean your superpower, I mean this main energy of who you are at soul level that allows any form of abundance to come to you and be attracted to you and just manifest very quickly. So I call that your superpower, okay? And so the four major symptoms that usually happen is, number one, is that you lose your soul's voice. So your ability to speak your truth, your ability to share what you want to share in the world, right? And usually it's a really big problem, especially when you're starting off in your business and you're like, well, how do I talk to my audience? How do I share my stuff in a very unique way that allows my gifts to be fully utilized? And that is one of the major things, is you've lost your soul's voice. You've lost the ability to speak your own unique truth. And specifically what I'm talking about is speaking from your superpower. Your superpower is the energy, specific energy that your soul is made of directly from source, from higher, whatever you call God or source, right? I'm talking about your original energy of who you are at soul level, okay? So when you've lost your soul's voice, then you also secondly lose your why. So what is your why, right? What is your real purpose? Why is it that you want to, help people? When you lose your why, you also lose your ability to, of course, speak what you want to say, but ultimately know why you're doing what you're doing every day. Not just because, your family or friends, want you to do certain things, like want you to be a doctor or things like that. I'm not talking about that kind of why. I'm talking about the why originally, why you do what you do based upon your superpower, right? Based upon who you are meant to express and be. Okay, the third symptom of misalignment that you can experience is the loss of authenticity. So this is where you're not authentically being yourself. You're not authentically utilizing all the gifts that you have inside. Like I see a lot of people when they, especially when they first start in their business, they kind of like, I have all these gifts and all these things that I want to share in the world. So then they go after like other experts and learning from other people about it, right? Whether it's marketing or business tools or messaging, right? They go look outside of them, and then they kind of lose touch on who they are, right? And like, how can they be authentically just themselves, right? Just be me. You've heard of that before, right? So at a soul level, you have to bring out your original work, your original things that you want to share in the world. And when you're kind of like taking in a lot of information, it's very hard to bring out your authenticity, really hard to figure out what your why is, and really hard to bring out your soul's voice, right? The fourth symptom of misalignment that people experience is called like basically loss of your path, like loss of your direction of where you want to go at soul level, your soul's mission, which is very different from your purpose, okay? So our soul's mission is so much more deeper. It's like that journey of this rediscovering who you are meant to become, right? So does it look like you're going to be a leader in your industry? Does it look like you are going to be a manager? Or does it look like what kind of role do you want to bring out in the world? And so when you lose your path, you're basically making yourself like very small, like a glass ceiling, right? That pushing you down rather than expanding who you actually want to become. Like Oprah really used, live videos, right, to bring out her unique message, which has a lot to do with speaking, right? Speaking whatever anybody want to share in the world. And she used and created that platform so that people can share their work, right? Or share what they want to say and self-express. See, that's a very specific path. We're all not meant to be exactly Oprah. We're not meant to be a TV host or have be an old magazine or things like that. There is a specific path according to your superpower. Okay, this goes tied hand in hand with your personal life and your business life. They're not separate, they're the same. So when you bring in, right, your unique voice, your unique purpose and your why, your unique authenticity, your unique path, then you're going to be able to move forward, right, and catapult you more faster into your life and your business, the direction that you want to go. But those are symptoms of misalignment that people don't actually know that is going on in the background, and they're looking outside of themselves to figure out what is the real truth, right, of who they are, right, what their gifts is, how do I package my offers, all of those things. They go hand in hand. So if you're experiencing any of those four major things, right, loss of your soul's voice, loss of your why, loss of your authenticity, loss of your path, it means that you have to get into your superpower, okay? And what happens is when you lose all of those four things, right, you end up having problems in your mindset. Okay, so you've ever heard like perfectionism, the shiny object syndrome, the imposter syndrome, losing faith and belief in yourself and your higher purpose, right? Those four major things go hand in hand with losing your soul's voice, losing your why, losing your authenticity, and losing your path, okay? So the four things and the other four things, they go together. And when you have those issues coming up, it's because you've lost your superpower, lost your ability to speak from your superpower. And it's so important for you to be able to catch that it is the mindset issues and self-love that needs to be done in order to get to where you want to go, okay? They go hand in hand. So people don't talk about this. This is my expertise. I help you to figure out, why you have these four major symptoms and why you have these four major mindset issues, right? Feeling like you have to be perfect before you ever launch anything, right? Feeling like you don't know enough information in order to get your stuff out there, right? Feeling like you're being an imposter, you're not really being who you're meant to become, right? Like you say you help people make six figures, but you actually don't know how, you haven't made six figures yourself. Like all of these things are real tangible things that you have to work on the deeper mindsets that's deeply related to not being in your superpower, right? And in the end product, you lose faith and belief in yourself and your higher purpose, so you lose your path. You're not sure which direction to go. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you lose your ability to speak your truth and you feel lost, that is a very, very, how do I say it? It's the very, very reason why you are not, you don't have clarity of like where you want to go, right? Because what's happening is you're just experiencing, you know, spinning your wheels, not getting anywhere to where you want to go, feeling anxiety, or maybe pressure to perform, exhaustion in a catch-22, maybe not getting to the consistent growing income that you want, feeling frustrated, being more in the head rather than in your heart, right? These are all the result of losing your ability to be in your superpower, okay? So this is why you feel like no one's really hearing you and you're feeling that lost, right? So the problem you're experiencing is actually a very complicated soul alignment problem, okay? Most people, they go to a business coach or a copywriter, you know, because they're having all kinds of different problems that they're like, oh, it's gotta be because my messaging is wrong. It's gotta be because my strategy isn't right. It's gotta be because, you know, I do have maybe mindset issues, but I don't know what it is, right? But what I have to tell you, it is very specific mindset and self-love exercises that you need to do in order to get back into alignment, which has everything to do with your superpower, okay? Now that's my whole spiel about why you need to understand these four major mindsets and the four major symptoms so that you know like why you're experiencing it, okay? So what you need to do actually is you need to do more mindset and self-love type of you know, activities to help you to rediscover how to step into your superpower, how to be in your superpower, okay? Once you kind of like realize it, right, that you have to release all of these bigger mindset blocks that make you not use your superpower in your life and your business, then the next level is you actually need your soul's blueprint. You need to be able to see what is the blueprint of who you are at soul level, right? Your soul responds to you when you actually are thriving in your blueprint, right? Often we develop all of these mindset blocks, right, and behavior patterns that go against our blueprints because it's like that hot new thing, right, that you feel like you have to work really hard to make that happen, right? All of those, again, is because you're not aligning to the right blueprint that will bring you the success and fulfillment that you're looking for based upon your superpower, okay? So knowing exactly like which direction you want to go, right, it has a lot to do with being able to work less in your business, have more, make more money, spend more time in nature, you know, enjoy real family time with your family, not be distracted by your phone all the time, right? These are the realities that people live in because they don't know what their blueprint is. They don't know what their superpower is. And you have to master the ability to use them anytime, any place, anywhere. So if you're just listening in, you know, I was talking about the four symptoms of misalignment and the four mindset issues that you may be having that doesn't allow you to step into your superpower, okay? So you might want to listen to the replay because that was super awesome, right? That was super awesome information. Okay, so now I want to talk about the 3 steps that will basically like help you utilize your superpower and to actually discover what it is. Because if you're not using your superpower in your business and your life, then this is why you're working 10 times harder. This is why you feel anxiety and a lot of pressure on yourself, you know, not feeling like you're spinning your wheels and just on this hamster wheel, you know, not getting where do you want to go. All of those are symptoms of misalignment to your superpower. So now what you need to do is get back into the right path, the specific path of the way your soul is designed, which is why you need your superpower and your blueprints, your soul's blueprints, in order to get to where you want to go. And it can be anything. It can be making $1 million. It could be having a better relationship with your parents, and anything at all, whatever you desire. But you first need to be able to speak your own unique truth directly in the energy of who you are, which is your superpower, okay? Okay, so one of the biggest things is first you need to know which direction to focus, right? So one of the biggest things that I suggest, the first step is to stop having gift envy. I just made this up, but really stop having gift envy, which means that I'm just looking at my notes. You just need to own your superpower. You just need to utilize it in your life and your business, right? Stepping into it. So that's the second step, is really focus on that one thing, that one specific thing that really makes you happy, okay? Whatever makes you happy in your business. Do you like doing live streams? Do you like doing audio type of recordings like meditations? Do you like teaching? Do you like coaching? What is the one thing that you really is so damn good at that you're excited to do it all the time, every day, every hour? You know, we call that your passion, right? But essentially that is your superpower. It is owning your superpower, right? Not having gift envy where you're trying to be who you're not. Not trying to go after the person that you think that you need to be, whether that came from your parents or that came from, you know, going into a field, right? I see a lot of people when they first start in their business, they're really confused about what they really want to offer because they've been doing something that's really just not aligned to their soul, right? So this is why they decide to become an entrepreneur. But you first need to stop having the gift envy. Stop going after looking at other people's stuff and really taking the inner time to reflect about what is the one thing that you love doing. And this will tell you your positioning, okay? So in business, we say, you know, when you position yourself, you want to make sure, like, are you positioning your business model as a coach, as a consultant, as a, you know, like a strategist, right? Or is it you're a connector? Are you a trainer or type of teacher type, right? There's 5 major ways that you can position yourself, and it's so important to choose the right positioning because that tells you a certain business model you're going to create. Your superpower does the same thing. When there are, you know, different things that make up of your superpower, and you either want to create an online version of it mostly or an offline version of it. So for example, like some souls are really meant to be online most of the time. I've met a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they made an offline version, whether they did retreats or did the marketing in person. And then when I find out what their actual superpower is, we find out that they actually need to create an online business. And then that threw their game in a whole nother level. Instead of working 5 to 10 times harder and getting the results that they wanted, whether it's making money, right, or having, you know, good relationships and stuff, when they finally just shift their mindset into really working more online or more offline, it was like that. They made like 10 times more money. They made, you know, 10 times more engagement. People actually started following them, right? Because why? They focus on the one thing that really, when they position themselves, that really lights them up. So for example, if you're a coach, you know, creating an 8-week program with a mastermind could be really the best model for you because you're just coaching most of the time. And that's what you do all the time. You just create group programs that, you know, get them really engaged, right? That you want to learn more from your teachings and coach them through a process to where they want to go. If you are like a consultant type of person, then maybe a media agency or something like that, where you have other people under you who actually do the work, and you're just holding the vision for that person, right, to what you want them to become, and giving them all the tools where you actually do the work for them. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you position yourself the wrong way, like let's say you like teaching, but you have a coaching type of business model, it's not going to work. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate being on coaching calls. You're going to want to actually do more teaching than maybe a masterclass type of style. Or, you know, paid master classes is better for you, or you make digital products or courses. It's so important to position yourself right. If you're positioning yourself in the wrong way, right, then you're not going to get the good engagement. You're not going to be excited to get on those calls, right? Because you have to focus on the one thing that really makes you the most happiest, okay? This is why I like talking to you guys, like in the audience, because I love teaching. I love teaching this stuff. I can teach you all kinds of stuff all day, every day, all the time, right? So you have to focus on the one thing, right? And position yourself right, and the right business model, whether it's online or offline, depending on your superpower, okay? And when I'm talking about your superpower, actually I look in your Akashic records to figure out what that is and find out what your soul's blueprints is, so that I can actually position you right, so that you have better engagement, right? You find your soul's voice, you find back your authenticity, you get back on the right path, right? So you're not hitting that invisible ceiling of like not really going to the goals that you want to create, okay? So that's the second step, right? First step, stop having gift envy. Second step is focus on the one thing that really makes you happy, okay? Third thing is you actually have to start outsourcing. You have to outsource your stuff, okay? The stuff that you suck at as soon as possible. So I'm not very techie. And I learned that in the beginning of learning what my superpower is. Like, I just don't do techie things. I can, set up email sequences, write copy for something. But I literally just write things on a piece of paper. I give it to my husband and he makes it digital. He makes it into a PDF. He makes it into the email sequence I want to create. Why? Because if I touch that thing, my computer blows up, like literally blows up. So you have to really realize what is the thing that you need to do that you suck at, to give it to somebody else that could do it even better than you. It goes the same with like hiring a nanny or hiring somebody to clean your house, right? It will take you 4 hours to clean the house, right? But if somebody who is really good at what they're at, right, they're good at it, they will take an hour or 30 minutes at most, right? It's the key difference of doing what you love, and there's a key difference of just choosing what will make you be your best, right? Most successful people, they do this. They actually only focus on the one thing that they're really, really good at. So eventually what you do is you leverage your time, you leverage your energy. So you're mostly just bringing in your own unique self-expression, your own unique voice that you want to bring out into the world, and your own creation. And that's all you do every day, all the time. But you have to take the time, right, of course, to make your business profitable, make your life, fulfilling. And, but you can do that by utilizing your superpower, okay? So when I say your superpower, what you need to do is create your soul factor, okay? So what is your soul factor? What I mean is it's create the energy of who you are at soul level. So whatever your specific superpower is, right? Where people just start to be attracted to your type of soul. You will find that like people respond better, right? So many of you, if this is the first time you met me, maybe you have a key feeling of the way that I am, right? Just by my demeanor, the way I speak, right? Because I'm embodying my unique energy of my soul, so then I'm delivering that specific energy to you guys. So my superpower is love. So everything I talk about is based upon fulfillment, about how to use your psychic abilities in your own unique way, but also in a grounded fashion, I talk about the tangibles, like I just told you, right? The 3 steps to utilize your superpower, right? To make to make money in your business, right? Which is, right? Stop doing the gift envy thing. Focus on the one thing that you're really, really good at and really utilize that in your life and your business, right? And 3, outsource all the things you really suck at, because you're going to not only leverage your time, but you're going to feel more in alignment rather than out of alignment. So remember I explained the 4 symptoms of misalignment, right? You lost your soul's voice, you lost your authenticity, you've lost your path, you've lost your why, right? So then you need to get back in alignment, because you need to do mindset work, right? The 4 major problems that in your mindset you're having, right? Could be the perfectionism, the shiny object syndrome going on, the imposter syndrome, losing faith and belief in your higher purpose and yourself. So if you can actually shift your awareness, right, to what your superpower is all about in your life and your business, then holy cow, like imagine how much more money you'll make, how much more impact you'll make on people, how much more, you can get what you desire in your personal life and your business. Did that all help you guys? So now if you guys have any questions, totally like put down at the bottom, and I will, try to answer your questions. But I want to like give you as much training or whatever I can to make it make sense for you guys. So a lot of you may be experiencing that, right? Where you're spinning your wheels in a catch-22, feeling like you're not really getting anywhere to where you want to go, right? Feeling all that pressure, the anxiety, you know, feeling like you're being led in the wrong way because maybe a coach has misaligned you or people you've talked to misaligned you, whatever it is. What you need to do is get back into utilizing your superpower. Find out what your superpower is, right? So I actually have a quiz. I have a quiz that can give you maybe an idea of maybe the direction of what your superpower is. You can go to bit.ly/BIZ archetype quiz. So BIZ, then archetype quiz. I created this quiz just because everybody asked me, so what's my superpower? You keep talking about this stuff. But the thing is, remember, it's a quiz based upon what you resonate with, and how you answer these questions is the kind of type that you'll get. There's 3 different kinds of types, and there's 8 kinds of different superpowers that I have labeled to help you have a direction of what energy you need to embody in order, right, to have that soul factor, to bring that attraction of the right ideal person to you guys. Okay. So Heather says, how do you fully align with our superpower? Okay, so this is another thing that you don't know, is that when you know what your superpower is, then you need to take action towards it. So for example, if you are a love superpower, you would actually do things out of love. So for me, I do a lot of things like taking baths or utilizing my psychic abilities, doing activations or healings on people. Those are very specific to my type of superpower. If you're a power superpower, you would do a lot of leading. You would do probably a lot of talking and teaching and speaking on stage. You could do retreats, right? But more high-end type of style, right? Everything about your superpower, when you find out what it is, then how to fully align to it is every day you need to take action towards it. I call that my soul line manifestation method, where I teach you the steps on what it takes to actually start aligning to your superpower. So it's a combination of taking action towards that specific energy of your soul, but also doing mindset work on what you need to do, right, in order to not feel limited, right? Because usually when you align to your superpower or you align to who you are at soul level, right, there's a lot of resistance to it. You're like, well, what is so special about love, right? I always tell that to myself. What's so special about love? Power is so much better, right? Or creation is so much better because it's your life challenges. So when you are not in alignment, you're more likely aligning to the wrong superpower, which I call that specifically your life challenges. So when you align too much to that, then you get really confused, right, on the daily actions that you need to create and make. When you actually are doing the wrong actions, like for example, I see a lot of people who are very much power souls like love, or they like order. So they end up doing a lot of orderly things, right? Or a lot of like things related to love instead of actually embodying their power. Because they think that's the gift envy, right? They think that's more special. Then what's so special about empowering people? I don't know, right? That's what it feels like to be in your superpower or not, okay? Heather says it's helpful. Cool. Any questions? Totally ask me anything. Because I help you in your life, in your business. So we can talk about mindset. We can talk about, business strategy, messaging, but my expertise is more about the soul alignment. What's your business alignment and manifestation and mindset, and then going after the thing that you desire. So that's what I'm talking about when you want to align to your superpower. First, you need to know what it is, right? Then you need to use those blueprints that I actually create for people looking in their Akashic records. Once I've got that, and then you start seeing what it is, right? Then you start creating the correct path towards your unique superpower. There's actually 4 stages of soul alignment. There's a whole different level of work that you need to do, but the main thing is aligning to your superpower is the biggest part that people don't actually understand which one it is. So they end up going in the wrong direction, right? They end up going, basically creating a cage around whatever they're expressing, and they're not leveraging their time. So that's a big thing, right? How many of you need to make more time for yourself? Or how many of you may be thinking like, I need to change my business model because I'm just working really hard and I'm not getting the money that I deserve, or I'm not getting the things that I really truly desire as fast as I want. Why is that? Usually it has a lot to do with not aligning to your superpower and those three major things that I just told you. Gift envy, right? Need to focus on the one thing that you're really good at, which is your superpower, and outsourcing the things that you really suck at as soon as possible. So if you're just starting in your business, you know, as soon as you have enough money in that flow, go spend it. Go spend it on getting a VA. Go spend it on getting an assistant. Go spend it on, you know, somebody making flyers for you if you have an offline business, whatever it is. Because the more you spend on the things that you're not good at, you're going to be able to have more time to spend on the things that you're really good at and leverage that time. Okay. My main goal is to help people to actually work 3 to 5 hours a day and make more money working less time. So when you get in alignment to your superpower and you do the soul line manifestation method that I teach people, and you know how to use your higher psychic gifts and your abilities, right? Packaging your offers to make sense. Then when you use your blueprints and everything, then we figure out, are you an online or offline business, like which one you need to focus more on. Then we can actually implement, right, your launches so that they make sense, so that your audience knows where to find you, how to work with you, and what you actually, you know, transformations you create for them. Right? Some of you really don't like being in Facebook groups. Don't make a Facebook group if you don't really like that. If you like having Facebook group, do that more, right? Remember, do the thing that you like doing more of. And it's either going to be video, it's going to be audio, it's going to be written form, right? If you like writing, write blogs. If you like making videos, make a TV show. Okay? If you like you know, talking a lot, make a podcast, right? Whatever it takes to help your audience to get to know you more, and you market it enough so that they come to wherever you want them to go, right? So like if your website, for example, a lot of people think like just because I have a website up, that's all I need. You actually need to bring traffic towards it, right? And there's all kinds of ways to bring free traffic to your website. Whether it's answering questions on, what's it called, Quora. You could answer people's questions and, you know, give them a link to your website. You could do more guest blog posts and bring their audience, right, leverage from their audience and bring it to your website, right? There's so many ways you can market yourself. There's so many ways you can give free content out there. But the goal is, in the end, is you create later on, when you've created your whole marketing, social media, or your content creation, right, or your impact goals. Once you understand what those goals are, then all you do is you're going to bring them into the right direction that you want them to mostly engage with you, right? So if that's a Facebook group, bring everybody to your Facebook group, and that's a call to action to everything you do. If it is, you see what I'm saying? So your marketing, your messaging, and your strategies that you're needing in order to get to where you want to go, right, has everything to do with your superpower. Okay, and once you get aligned to your superpower, then you have to work from soul alignment, business alignment, right? Then the mindset work that usually this is where we get stuck, is we don't know what we need to change, right? What we need to break through. We don't know what is going on a deeper level, right? So the three major things you need to really focus on: the soul, the business alignment, and your mindset. It should be done every single day, all the time. Then the messaging, like how you put yourself out there, and then the big strategy of the little details of how they work with you, right? What kind of things are you launching? What kind of programs? What kind of offers? They all will make sense. But you have to do it from that. I call that my 5 major pillars to have a soul line business, is going in that order. Everybody usually tells you go backwards. You know, what is it that you're going to launch? What's your offer? What are you going to put out there? Who is going to want it? Right? You do the market research, you find out who the heck that person is, and then you go think about, oh, what mindset's going on that's stopping me from putting my stuff out there? And then you're like getting stuck there usually, and then you're like, what is my business going to look like? What's my business model supposed to look like? And then you think about what your soul is, in your purpose and your why. No, do the other way, right? Soul alignment, business alignment, into your mindset, messaging, and strategy, and then they make more sense. That's my signature thing, by the way, is I talk a lot about that. Go from soul alignment first. So if you're ever having any of those problems, any of those misalignment symptoms, just know it's because you need to align to your superpower. Once you're in your superpower and you take action towards it, to that specific energy, I call it your soul factor, right? Then you take steps on creating the offers, the right messaging, find the right ideal client, all of that. If you're not getting the most ideal client, it's most likely you're doing it the wrong direction. Okay. All right. If nobody else have any questions, I'm going to jump on off. But it was so awesome just to jump in here to get to know you guys. If you're listening to the replay, absolutely listen to the replay if you guys jumped on late, because I just gave you amazing, amazing stuff. Okay. I've been told my superpower is a balancer. Okay, so once you know what your main superpower, right, may be, then utilize that in your life and business. But so remember now, if you are doing, you could also be doing your life challenges and not even know it. So, which is looks like your superpower, but makes you work 5 to 10 times harder. Okay, so you may think like, yeah, I'm a very orderly person. I've been doing that in my corporate job, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make you money. It's going to, take less time. So the thing that really actually takes less time for you is most likely your superpower, right? But that feels effortless, where you feel like you're in your element, right? So think about that. It's just a food for thought. Think about that, right? What is it that I'm really good at, but I don't allow myself to embody it because I usually have some mindset issues? Like for a long time for me, I always thought love was not special. It's like, what's so special about love? I don't, I talk about relationships, help people know about what their alignment is, right? That's a very love superpower type of way of doing it. And I pushed it away because my mom was not very, she gave love to everybody else, but not our family, right? So whatever is your illusions that's going up, or the thing that you most struggle with in your life, like your life lessons, is most likely your superpower. Just to hint a little bit. Because I used to think, business strategy is so awesome, and that really got me too much in my life challenges, which is power and creation. So I can create amazing things, but the thing that's the most easiest, that feels really good, was very much all about related to love. So think about that. Well, maybe it could be. So you can take my quiz, right? It's the bit.ly/biz archetype quiz. And then it just asks you all kinds of questions about whatever you resonate with, and then it'll give you an idea maybe what your type is, what maybe your business or your superpower might look like. But keep in mind, it's the thing that you think you are, right? And it can be something that you may not even think it is. But in the end, you have to really look at what your symptoms is. So if you have any of those symptoms that I described before, most likely you're aligning to the wrong superpower and you're in the life challenges. So then the next step is, right, doing those 3 steps to utilize your blueprints, using your blueprints, your soul blueprints, in order to move yourself forward. It's like having a map, like a road map is what I create. A road map of exactly what is the specific path you need to go. And it's an awesome way that you can use it at any time, any place. So I teach about that, how to use your blueprints to utilize in your life and your business, so you can catapult your business and your life forward in record time. Like literally, I've had people who, just because they align to their superpower, they went from 20K to 40K months, or 5K to 40K months, you name it. The reason is because they were not aligned to their online or offline business model, and never really felt good to them, and they couldn't figure out why. So then when they shifted into their superpower, created the business model that worked for them, create the offers and the platform that worked for them, then suddenly their path and their psychic abilities just catapulted forward. So it's actually a deeper work that you need to do, that soul alignment and mindset and self-love decisions you need to make. Once you make that, it's amazing of how far you will go. All right. Alrighty, so this was fun. I love talking in other people's audiences. And if you need more help, you can go to my website, which is just my name.com, LeimomiKeliikuli.com, and I totally, you know, just have a nice conversation. I also have my Facebook group too. You can just go on my profile. You can see all of my information about what I can help you guys with. So, oh, it keeps freezing. Yeah, I don't know. On my end, it seems fine. Maybe it might be freezing on your guys' end. Yeah, so watch the replay. I love you guys all. You guys all have a beautiful day, and we'll be keeping in touch. Aloha.